I've hijacked Castle Dines YouTube. All right, so we're here on your home lake. And we're here for a team derby. And I've come down here from Oklahoma. This is where you fish and live all the time. You got 1 day of practice. I know that you spent all of last week in Oklahoma with me because we were up there for the open on the river. So did you come back down and get a day in at Rayburn before the off limits?
Yeah, I drove all the way down here for a day. Got in Sunday, that last day, and I went to all new bodies of water, all new. And what I mean by that is I went down there and checked stuff. This lake's big, and I don't care if you fish it a lot. You have to put in your time on certain parts of this lake, and they fish different. I always say that fish is in 3 sections, like the south end, the middle end, and like the north end. And to be honest, I think you can only win in one of those sections. You never know what section that might be, but I have not spent a lot of time on one of these sections. So I went down there, and I gotta be honest with you, like, it was kind of tough. I caught a lot of fish. I had a decent bag. The problem was I caught 2 big ones doing 2 totally different things, and I never had another bite doing them. So it's not something I can rely on, but the good thing is that, like, I got it out of my system, and so tomorrow is strictly going after, me and Russell put together a game plan.
So what's the game plan? I mean, what do you go do tomorrow? I mean, just you in particular.
Okay, so I think there's only 2 ways to win this event. It's either in the grass or out deep. And I know it's like, well, obviously, but it ain't that obvious. Like, there's going to be 180 guys that don't catch over 12 pounds doing both those things. So I don't like it when people say, let's swing for the fence, and like, I'm going to go throw a big swim bait all day. Like, that doesn't mean anything. You liable to 0.
I'm the same way.
So I don't want to say, hey, I'm just going to go fish brush piles. I'm liable not to catch anything. Like, you got to figure out what you want to do. So I'm going to go out deep right off the bat. There is a morning bite that is going on. It was going on last time we were here. I think it's going on either in the grass and out deep. And you got to figure out, like, pick your poison. Which one do you want to go do to try to catch a big one? Guys, this is it. It's Rayburn. You have to catch a big one. The person who wins this event will probably have an 8 to 9 pounder, and they'll have a lot of big ones to go with it, but they will have to have that. You will not catch 5 and 6 pounders, and it is not that time of the year to do that. You need a big one. You probably need 2. So I think you better catch one in the first 30 minutes, and you better get, I don't want to say that lucky random one, but you got to find that one pattern throughout the day that's going to yield you at least one more big one. So I'm going to go fish some deep stuff and some brush piles. And the second thing, I might go fish some grass, but we've been pretty good on the grass. We've been searching the grass. I kind of know where to catch some big ones in the grass. It's not very consistent. I can catch a bunch of fish in the grass, but you either catch like 2.5s, and you might catch one random 7 pounder. And then I've got another, I think there's a frog bite to be had. It's not the way I like to frog fish. I'm gonna go try to find it. I'm gonna spend a couple hours doing it. If I figure it out, I will do it for the rest of the day. And it will only be because I think that you can catch 3 to 4s, and I think you can catch a giant. And the 3 to 4 pounders are gonna be key because they're the hardest fish right now to catch. And we always joke about it. You always need a 4 pounder. If you have 4 pounders, your smallest fish in your bag, you got it.
Let's see if he's got any 4-pound waypoints, you know, where it just says 4P, 4P, 4P. That's what I'm gonna need, is a couple of them off his graph, just a couple.
Well, here's what's funny. So I keep all my waypoints, like every year or 2, I save them all on a disc. So I've got 14, year 2010, 2014, 2016, and I do all this. Well, I found one of them old cards, and I put it in on purpose. And I went and checked some waypoints, and they're actually brush pile waypoints that I guarantee I've not hit in 8 to 10 years. And some of them had nothing on there, but a couple of them had brush piles. And I'll be honest, one of the brush piles I probably have not fished in 10 years. It was still there, getting refreshed. And I went through on it and caught a 6 pounder. So I was like, I'm going to go keep on doing stuff like that. My graph is not working very well right now because it is so slow. It's so overloaded with waypoints. So that's kind of my deal. But luckily, hey, I got my fishing partner. I got Russell. So he's going to go do something totally different. Yep. And we're going to we'll get together and figure out which one we want to do. Do I want to do what we'll probably combine what we're doing. We're probably going to both do the same thing right off the bat. But that's our goal, man. And so that's pretty cool when you can have someone else practice with you. And Holman, you got Andrew with you. When you can do it, and you can let one guy do one thing, and you can do another. Man, you can cover some water and figure out a pattern. But we both know we're going to be doing stuff. We're going to be still fishing new water during the tournament. Y'all will too. Y'all will figure out a game plan, and y'all will still run new water because you will figure out what you want to do, and you will see it. So that's it, man. I'm not, how do I say this? I'm excited about it, but I'm not like overly confident in anything right now. And that's the problem. They're catching some bags. You got to catch a 27 to 29 pound bag to win this thing, in my opinion. So
yeah,
that ain't just easy to go do.
No, I agree. I think 27 is the bottom end. I mean, to feel like you'd have a shot, 27, and you could catch 30 and go in and get beat.
Correct.
I mean, that's just the way it is here.
So I don't know. We're going to see tomorrow how this plays out. Y'all stay tuned. All right. Day one, and really, I can't even say it's day one. It's the only day we get to practice. We're going out here. Like I said, we're going to try to do some of those things we talked about last night. Go start on a deep spot maybe for an hour or two. Then I have no idea what I'm going to go do. I don't know. Kind of depending on how the first hour or two goes is how I'm going to do the rest of my day. And what I mean by that is I don't know if I'm going to go, if I don't catch anything right off the bat in the first hour or two or get bites, we might change up our thinking. So anyways, get ready. This is going to be, hopefully we get some bites today. Hopefully we get some big bites today. I don't need very many. I just need a couple. So, check it out. Plus we got this weird, crazy, man, I've been kind of shooting some stuff for the Strike King. So I wasn't really paying attention to the news. Apparently we got this like Sahara African dust storm settling in on us or something. I don't know, man. So we got this like crazy haze, you know, kind of weird for like middle of, you know, end of June, early July. So I don't know what that's going to do. I promise you it will affect him. It always does. So anyways, let's go see what happens. All right, there's number 2 right there. You see it going. Don't have a hook on there, but same spot too. You can see. So I know it's a little windy out here, but you can see some fish suspended up on top. There's still some on the bottom though. There's another big one. This place might actually be all right. Maybe I found something. 2 bites on 2 casts, I'll take it. You can always catch big ones out here, you know, like the potential's always there. I'm gonna go try shallow though. I wanna go see it for like 30 minutes up there before that morning bite's over with. That sun, man, that sun means a lot. Here's one. Oh man, that might be a big one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be no 3-pounder though. Nope. It might not go 3. It's close though. saw it.
So I'm gonna get ready because Todd's fixing to do some talking here. I'm gonna need another beer.
It won't be quick. It'll be quick.
I need another beer.
I only need like 2 or 3 minutes.
That's what he always says, and then it's like 8 minutes later, he's like, "Look, I got a 9-minute video." Get me a cold one out of here. Ginger ale, a little ginger ale. All right, Castledine, you told us about your practice, what you planned on doing, your one day. Tell me how it actually went.
I had a spot I really wanted to try this morning. It was horrible. So from there, I mean, I honestly went and ran all new water today. I wanted to start somewhere deep, so I started somewhere deep, and I had back-to-back bites. Like the first cast that went down there, and when I picked up on one was on there, I threw all the way back in there, had another bite, so I left. I didn't do anything else. After that, I went back up in the grass. I have an idea. I know where some fish are in this area, but I just had to go find them. And so I kind of went and did some new stuff. I threw a 4.0 and caught a couple. And there was a bunch of people around me. So I honestly got set down in the driver's seat with it spot locked. And still kind of casting around on the phone, and had 2 more bites. So on a cutter worm. So I got that. I let everyone kind of get away from me because they weren't really fishing where I got those bites at. So I kind of was trying to keep it secret. I kind of moved off where I got bit the other day, which is real close to it, and had another bite. So I felt pretty good in the first hour and a half. I know you had called, Andrew had called, and Russell had called, and not one of y'all had had a bite by this time, and that was number 5 for me. So I left there, tried to do totally new things. Fished some pads, had 1 bite. Fished a frog and some hydrilla, had 1 bite. Couldn't ever get more than 1 bite doing anything. Russell started getting bit. So once he started getting bit doing his thing, I let him do, he was fishing deep. So I was like, you know what? He started getting dialed in real good. So I just let him do his thing. And I was like, all right, I need to find the way the deep fishing goes around here sometimes is you might only catch 2-pounders out there, who knows, but there's a good chance you catch a 10 or 8 or a 5 and a 7. And you got to have 3s and 4s to go with it. And that's what I went and did. I went and tried to find 3s and 4s. Now, I didn't catch a 7 doing that, but I wanted to find fish on new water. I went to this place. I went kind of further south to go frog fishing, and I went into this one creek. It's a really good creek, and for some reason, I tried to frog it. It wasn't right, and so I went to the back and found some grass, and man, had 2 really, really good fish hit, and then I flipped up a 4-pounder. And so and then I threw a worm out there and got bit, and I saw about 4 or 5 blow up. They weren't big ones, but there's action. There's like a lot of action in this one little, grass. And I hadn't seen that a lot. So, I mean, I hadn't seen that at all. So I tried to stay away from it, but still fish it to see where like the juice was. No one was back there. I was by myself. And I kind of figured it all out. So I left there, put the pad perch back in my hand, and I finally figured out a small little pattern. I don't know if I can catch a really big one. I can't really do it in very many places, but I ended up slowly starting to get bites on that pad perch. All over the lake though. I mean, it's like I might have to drive 3 miles before I ever get another bite. It's real specific. After that, I kind of just went and threw in some pads again. Never had another bite. I went in like places that were in my head that I'm like, man, I better go check that. I got them all out of my head. So that's good. Like now I don't have to go do any of that stuff. So we've got a pretty good plan of deep and shallow. We're going to start out deep just because, man, we just want to see if we can catch a big one right off the bat. Russell's got some spots that he's not worried that anyone's going to find. I'm honestly not worried about any of our stuff. So, and that's how we fish sometimes. We kind of know what will get hit and what won't. And I'll be honest with you, I think about 90% of our stuff will not get hit tomorrow. With that being said, we still might only catch 12 pounds off them. But, I know I had way more than 12 today. I think I had well over 15. But that was my day. So I'm excited. We'll see if it goes that way. I think it will, because I don't see us changing. Even if it's not going good, all we'll do is do one pattern more than the other. That's it. We'll just if the deep bite isn't working, we'll stay shallow more in the grass. And if we start catching big ones out deep, we'll probably never go to the grass. But that's the game plan. We'll see how it works. Check it out. After this video, we will have hopefully the tournament day. Hopefully I'll be having a $50,000 payday, and we can show you that video on how that went. Really appreciate it. Till next time.
Peace. We gone.